Aquarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I'll be doing your money, wealth, abundance, finance, prosperity reading for the month of March 2020. And before we get started, I do want to say thank you all so much for your well wishes when I was sick last month. I just got so many, positive, loving, healing energy messages from you all. And I do want to say thank you so much. It was very much appreciated. And it definitely helped during my healing process. So for the readings this month, I will be using my Trippin Weight Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And then Aquarius, I will close out your reading with an Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each month and I would love to share your money message with you. And also, if you do not know, the way I read cards is I do choose to read jumper cards. You will see that as I shuffle, cards will literally fly out of the deck, or sometimes a card will flip over as I'm shuffling. And those are the cards that I choose to read because I believe they have something specific that we need to pay attention to. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started, Aquarius. So what do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2020? Okay, what do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right. Okay, let me make sure nothing and no one is cut off here. All right, Aquarius, looks like you have, it looks like there's going to be a lot of feelings and heavy emotions for you. As we start off the month of March, I feel like you're kind of going through an emotional healing of some sort, an emotional cleansing, maybe a releasing of some old emotional patterns that could have been holding you back, especially as it relates to work and making money. But let's go ahead and talk about this. We have the Strength card in the reverse position. We also have the Four of Wands upright, the World in reverse, Justice, Judgment, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Cups all in the upright position. Now, when I look at these cards, I'm getting the sense of a really strong emotional energy. And I'm also feeling, too, that there's been some emotions that have been holding you back from pursuing something that you have wanted to do that could turn out to be very profitable. It could be maybe some emotional trauma that you have not really fully healed from. Or it could be a relationship that has been emotionally draining, or it could be a situation that has been draining you emotionally and mentally. And the reason why I say that is because this Strength card is in the reverse. Now, the Strength card is a very powerful card, but when he shows up in the reverse position, that tells me that you are dealing with something, or you will be dealing with something very, very heavy. And it's temporarily kind of holding you back from something, okay? Now, the good thing is, though, is that you are on the way to, you're on the path of healing and releasing, which is very, very good. We have the Four of Wands here. This is, in some cases, this is the marriage card, literally. It's also the card of foundation and stability. So because you are going through this healing process, it's really kind of strengthening you in order to move forward. And it's allowing you to kind of build a much stronger inner foundation so you can do the things that you want to do to make more money, projects that will turn out, like I said, to be very profitable. And also, too, it's giving you kind of like this clarity of mind so you can focus on other things. And so you're not so distracted by, certain feelings or certain memories and certain thoughts. Now we also have the World card in the reverse position. And again, this tells me that there is something you're dealing with, and it's really kind of disrupted your inner terrain, so to speak. It's really kind of disrupted kind of your sense of well-being. And, you know, we all go through periods and times of this in our life. And yes, it can be very, very heavy emotionally. And sometimes that will distract you from making money, and it will hold you back from achieving your goals, or, you know, from accomplishing the things that you want to do. But the good thing, like I said, I have the Justice card and Judgment card right next to that card in the upright position. And this tells me that even though you're going through kind of a heavy time, things are actually turning in your favor. And I say that because we have the Ace of Cups and we also have the Three of Cups upright. This is a beautiful card. This is another good card here. But the Justice and the Judgment cards. Now, a lot of people, usually when they're questioning decisions, especially when it relates to some type of a legal matter, this is decisions being made in your favor. It's also, too, kind of a rebirthing. The Judgment card usually kind of speaks of a rebirth and kind of a shedding of old ways and releasing things that are just no longer serving you. And like I said, the Justice card is all about positive decisions in your favor. Now, you may not even be aware of this, okay? You may not even know what's going on behind the scenes of a certain situation. However, it's going to affect you in a positive way. The outcome is going to be something that benefits you either directly or indirectly. And like I said, the Judgment card, this is a rebirth, a releasing of the old, stepping into the new, and really just kind of, you know, feeling almost like you're starting a new chapter. And maybe at this point you are. Maybe March is this new chapter and this new season of your life, Aquarius. Now, the good thing is we have the Ace of Cups. So whatever you've been kind of going through and dealing with, just know that you are on the way to releasing that, and you are kind of accepting, you know, where you are right now, and you have like this newfound awareness and this newfound trust that's really going to serve you in more ways than one. Now, the Three of Cups here means that there are people supporting you, and there's also people in your life who are kind of on this journey with you. And so they understand kind of the road you've been on, and they're really here to support you, and they're here to do whatever they can to kind of help you get over that hump. But you're very much clear, Aquarius, about where you're going. And you've done the inner work. You've made the changes that you want to make, and now you're just really open and ready to start receiving all the things that you want and all the things that you've been working towards. So this first week of March, Aquarius, you know, it's going to be kind of having some residual emotions here and there, but you're definitely kind of leveling up emotionally, and that's really going to support you, especially in your finances, in your work, in your career, and in your business, because you're not allowing certain emotional triggers or emotional habits to hold you back. So let's see, what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2020. What else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? What else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius for the month of March 2020 as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? Oh, yeah. All right, Aquarius. These cards here basically are just confirming everything we talked about in that first week of March. I'm feeling like I do need one more card for Aquarius, please. Nice. All right, Aquarius. So you're kind of being your own savior, so to speak. Now, sometimes, and I think most of you are aware of this, but sometimes when we have money issues or financial struggles, there's usually an emotional cause, or there's an emotional root to that. Sometimes it's a mental thing, you know, it's about mindset and kind of really learning how to think in a prosperous, abundant, profitable way. And I'm feeling like you, Aquarius, kind of have gone through that, and you've kind of been your own guru, so to speak. You know, you've kind of learned some lessons, and now you're kind of ready to apply them. And it's really going to pay off because it's allowing you, like I said, to really focus and be selective of how you're spending your time, your energy, your attention, your money, your resources, and your talent. Now, the good thing is you have the Ace of Swords here. This means something new is on the horizon for you. There is a brand new something starting. Now, this could be something work-related, professionally, or it could also be something personal that in a roundabout way becomes something money-related and allows you to grow and make money and really increase in your finances. The Ace of Swords also is something of being very selective and removing the things that just don't work, and having this kind of very structured way of just cutting away of things that are just not serving you, or things that you just don't want to deal with anymore. However, this benefits you long term, because now you're not being distracted and you're not being weighed down by something that just doesn't make sense. Now, we also have the Devil card here in the reverse position. This is actually a very powerful card because it means that you have released some unhealthy attachments. It means that you're working through some type of bondage that has kind of kept you stuck for so long. You've been able to let go or overcome the challenge of maybe addiction, maybe a bad habit, maybe a toxic relationship or a toxic situation that has been preventing you from, ultimate growth and achievement. This is a very good thing, and you really will be feeling that strongly as we move into that second week of March, Aquarius. Now, we also have the Magician card, another positive card. It means that you basically are kind of tapping into your own inner alchemist. You are taking the negative and you are definitely turning it into a profitable situation. Now, the good thing is that you definitely have what it takes to achieve and to create the life that you want. You're not in lack for anything. Now, you may not have, all the money that you want, but you're smart enough and you're talented enough and you're genuine enough that you can get what you need in some way, shape, or form. It's really you having the ability to manipulate circumstances in your favor. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a very powerful thing. And it's also a very seductive thing because it draws people in who, maybe didn't initially have any intention of helping you, but because you have this magnetic energy about you, it draws people in. And like I said, it makes you very attractive, and it allows you to manipulate certain situations in your favor. Now, we also have the Four of Swords here. This means that you could have been slowing down a little bit, but now you're ready to kind of step up and kind of really move. You're not retreating. You're not hiding. You're not backing away. You are ready to move forward, and you're ready to show up in your own life. And we also have the Page of Pentacles. This means you're going to get some positive news, information, or a message about money. And this is probably going to happen roughly at the end of that second week of March, maybe going into the third week of March. This is very, very exciting because you're going to get some good news as it relates to your money, your finances, your business, your work, your career, your investments, something along those lines. But you definitely have some positive news and a positive message coming your way. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and clarify and see what else is showing up for you in the month of March 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right, Aquarius. You know, the whole month of March, it just seems like you're really just going through a healing period, a healing and releasing phase. And I say that because we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. Everything else is upright. Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. But this here is very good. This is good when it shows up in the reverse, because that tells me that whatever emotional pain or betrayal or whatever it is that you were dealing with, the worst is over. You've kind of accepted the situation for what it is, and now you're ready to release it and let it go and just kind of look towards the future. You're not allowing past hurts to hinder your present and future actions. And that's a very, very strong position to be in, Aquarius. Now, we also have the Four of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles. Remember, we saw the Page of Pentacles right here. You're definitely getting some news, some positive news as it relates to your money. If you don't get it here in the second week, you're definitely going to get it in the third week. This could also mean two separate messages, or it could just be an extension of the initial message. But whatever it is, it's definitely positive, and it's definitely going to impact you in a very powerful way, and a very good way. I think that's exciting that you do have some good news coming, especially considering with all you're dealing with throughout the month. Now, we have the Four of Cups here, and the Four of Cups means that, you know, you're probably going to be presented with some offers. Some of them may be exciting, some of them may work for you, and some of them may not. But the good thing is that you are in charge. You're the one that gets to make the call. Yes, I will do that. No, I will not. And, you know, Aquarius, sometimes we find ourselves in positions where, you know, we think we don't have any control, but it's going to be quite the opposite for you. You are going to have control, and you are going to have total decision-making power. We already talked about the Page of Pentacles. Like I said, you've got good news, good message coming as it relates to your money, your finance, your work, your business, your career. We have the Seven of Swords here. This is the only thing that, you know, could be a little bit of a thorn in the side, so to speak. The Seven of Swords, there's somebody close to you that you really got to watch out for. Okay, I have a feeling you probably already know who this is, Aquarius, but there's someone close to you who is not necessarily on board, or I don't want to say they're not trustworthy, but you just have to be careful, because there's someone who is not totally genuine, and this is someone who is in your immediate circle, and it's someone who has some type of involvement with you in a professional work, you know, type of situation here. Now, the Seven of Swords, literally, sometimes this card means that somebody's doing something behind the scenes. Someone's stealing, or someone is doing something underhanded, or someone is lying or being deceitful. You know, someone is getting away with something behind the scenes, and they think that nobody knows. But I have a feeling that you have an inkling, or you have some type of a feeling about someone where you just can't put your finger on it, but you're not feeling like this person is 100% up and up. Trust that feeling. That's all I'm going to say about that, Aquarius, is trust your gut. If you feel that someone is kind of shifty or shady in the background, really trust that, and be careful with exactly how you relate to or with that particular person. Now, we also have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles means that there's movement happening. There's movement and flow as it relates to your money and your finances. And I find that to be the case because it fell onto the Page of Pentacles card, which again, this is good news coming as it relates to your money. There's also going to be some type of movement. Now, this could be physical movement where you are, physically maybe moving somewhere, going somewhere, traveling, something of that sort. Or it could also mean like a figurative movement where the flow of money or things happening, in your business, things kind of moving forward and progressing at a nice pace. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else we need to know for you for the month of March 2020. What else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2020? Oh, interesting. Things are definitely changing for you in a big way, Aquarius. I'm feeling like I do need one more card. I want one more card. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Aquarius, you've got big changes coming towards the end of the month, and you've got things moving rather quickly. Again, we have another Knight here. Remember, the Knights are all about movement. They're about that fast moving energy. Things are going to move very, very quickly for you at the end of the month, Aquarius, almost to where it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, but you're going to go with it. You're going to feel confident enough to where like, hey, I don't know where this ride is taking me, but I'm strapped in and I'm ready to go. We also have the Six of Cups in the reverse position. Now, this could mean it could be an old relationship. Sometimes it's all about nostalgia and history and things from the past kind of showing up again. I have a feeling that this is more of an emotional thing for you, Aquarius, or something from your past kind of resurfaces and it kind of throws you off a little bit. Not so much so that it totally takes you out of the game, but it's something where you're just like, oh, wow, I just didn't expect that. And so you deal with it and then you move forward, but it's just kind of a little bump in the road. It's not anything, catastrophic or anything to worry about. It's just something that I have a feeling you thought was already done and taken care of, but then it shows back up in this last week of March. Now, we also have the Hangman and the Death card in the reverse position. Now, the Hangman, sometimes that's kind of feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit confused or a little bit kind of overwhelmed and almost like you're feeling a bit nervous. It's like you're nervous to really do anything, so you don't do anything, okay? Now, sometimes that is a normal reaction depending on the situation and the circumstances that we are in, but you have to be aware, Aquarius. Don't allow yourself to be stuck for too long, okay? Don't allow yourself to be stagnant in any way. Now, I know sometimes that is a natural choice, like I said, depending on what we're dealing with. But for you, you've made so much progress as far as emotional growth and healing, and also just really being confident in your own abilities, that you really have to know that this is just a temporary thing, and it's not a place for you to kind of be stuck in and reside in for so long. Now, we have the Death card in the reverse position. This is definitely a big change. However, sometimes when the Death card is in the reverse position, it means that the change is slow. It means that the change isn't as smooth as what we had expected it to be, or sometimes the change is a little bit harder to deal with than what we had anticipated. But it doesn't mean that the change isn't good. It just means that it's difficult, and in some areas it may be painful. And sometimes too, it could mean the change is temporary, depending on what you're dealing with and, what you have going on at the time. You may feel like, okay, this is how things are for now, but then something happens and now you got to go back to the old way. So whatever it is, just be aware that there are changes coming. It could be a temporary change, or it could be a change that is just a little bit harder to deal with than what you had anticipated. Now, we also have the Nine of Cups. This is a very positive card, and I'm so happy to see this for the end of the month for you, Aquarius. This has also been called the Wish card, meaning that literally whatever it is that you're wishing for will show up for you in some way, shape, or form. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be a magic genie that shows up in your life, but who knows? You know, there may be a savior showing up for you who wants to grant you everything your little heart desires. It could also mean, too, that, you know, the things you've been working for, that unbelievable stroke of good luck that you've been wishing for does happen. It could also mean that you're in the right place at the right time and things just flow for you in a very unbelievable, couldn't have done it any better yourself kind of way. Whatever the case may be, as you move towards the end of March, Aquarius, things are going to end in a very positive way for you, especially as it takes you into April. So Aquarius, I just want to say that I support your healing because I do see that you have been dealing with a lot emotionally. However, you do overcome it in the most beautiful and spectacular way. And you do have things working in your favor. You have good news coming. You have people supporting you. You also have, you know, little bumps here and there. But like I said, it's nothing that takes you out of the game. You're very powerful. You're very content. And, you know, you really are dedicated, and you are, you know, very, very clear in the direction you want your financial life to go. So just know and expect that as it relates to your money, your wealth, your finances, your prosperity, your abundance, your work, your career, things are definitely on the positive upswing for the month of March for you, Aquarius. All right. Let's go ahead and close out your reading with an Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. The card you got is Lord. Take charge with authority. And you know, Aquarius, this just kind of reconfirms everything that we have talked about. You know, you are taking charge of your life. You are calling the shots. You are putting things in place to work for you in the most powerful way, you know. And I think that you are becoming the authority in your own life, and you are making decisions that will benefit you not only today, but also in the future. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it was helpful. Again, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you do so I can read your cards again next month. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations, please feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. Aquarius, I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. I'll see you again next month.